The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Welcome to the program for this Halloween. My name is Ron Tuckett, and get ready to be scared beyond belief over the next 2 hours and change as we'll play a game of trick or treat. No, he won't. It's baseball. You know it's on the channel. So here we go. This is the last Saturday of the season. We have two teams within a game and a half of each other fighting for the last playoff spot. And you might have noticed last Saturday and game and a half doesn't make a lot of sense because it doesn't. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's get one thing out of the way to start as we do the White Sox and Royals, followed by the Angels and the Twins for both Kansas City and Minneapolis. The Twins control their own destiny. Win today and tomorrow, regardless of what the Royals do, and the Twins have an all-expense-paid trip to Boston for the American League Championship Series. If the Royals win today and the Royals win tomorrow, then it's only 161 games. They didn't play 162 in 88. They missed a game. They had a game rained out. So if, in a best-case scenario, if you're a Royals fan, in a worst-case scenario, if you're a Twins fan, if the Twins lose today and the Twins lose their 162nd game, while the Royals win both games, then the Royals will play game 162 Monday at home against Seattle. Okay? Now, if the Royals are a half game up, which is possible, they're a game and a half down to start the day, but if they finish tomorrow a half game up, they beat Seattle on Monday, they win the division. If Seattle beats Kansas City on Monday, then the Twins win and they just go and play the playoff in Minneapolis. Any postseason game 163 will be in Minnesota. Again, Twins control their own destiny, and they will go with Charlie Lee today and Roy Smith tomorrow. Mark Gubicza gets the call for Kansas City today. That's the good news if you're a Royals fan. He is a 20-game winner. Although you saw the other day what happens with 20-game winners in games they probably should win. They lose. Just ask Frank Viola. So first up, it'll be the White Sox and the Royals. And they are mirror opposites on the win-loss sheet. The White Sox have only won 64. The Royals have only lost 64. Right now, that means absolutely nothing because you just never know. So, again, the scenario is going in. Twins win today and Kansas City loses. It's over. The Twins will have won the division. Twins win today and tomorrow. Twins win the division. Twins lose today and tomorrow. Kansas City wins today and tomorrow. Kansas City plays Seattle on Monday. Confused? We'll just kind of go there throughout the day. All right, so it's a doubleheader for you. We start in Kansas City. We finish up in Minnesota. Will it be cleared up today, or will it just be more mud? We'll find out next. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Today, maybe the season-ending doubleheader. We start from Royals Stadium in Independence, Missouri. It is the Chicago White Sox and the Kansas City Royals. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports and simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So Mark Gubicza, charged with throwing the game of his life to keep the Royals in this hunt. Remember, If the Royals lose and the Twins win, it won't matter that the Royals need a game 162. The Twins will have wrapped this up. Mark is 26. He throws an 89-mile-an-hour fastball and is a ground ball plus pitcher. He is 20-9 on the replay, and his earned run average is 234. So 3/10 of a run better than it was in real life. Obviously, his last start of the year. And the one thing that he did in the replay that he didn't do in the real year was throw a lot of complete games. He threw 18 in this replay. He is the American League ERA leader going in. His last start was against Seattle on the 26th. So he's on full rest this October 1st, 1988. 7 innings and a 6-2 loss. He hasn't won a game in 2 weeks, so that's a concern if you're a Royals fan. 130 pitches, 8 hits, 5 runs. 4 of them earned a walk and 4 strikeouts. He did beat the A's twice earlier in September, but they have rode his arm. My goodness, you go all the way back to May. There's a game there with 157 pitches, 159 pitches. His arm is hanging on by bubble gum and duct tape. He's got a MacGyver arm at this point. 281 in a third for Mark, 236 hits, 88 runs, 73 earned, 6 home runs. He's walked 90 and struck out 189. That's good for 9th in the American League. The White Sox, again, under no obligation to put anyone really out there, will lead off with Dave Gallagher in center. Steve Lyons at third will bat second. Harold Baines, the DH, will go third. Carlton Fisk behind the plate will clean up. Dan Pasqua is in right. He'll bat fifth. Mike Diaz at first will go sixth. Darrell Boston in left will bat seventh. Ozzie Guillen, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Fred Manrique, so it pretty much is an everyday lineup for Chicago, is at second, batting ninth. Gubicza can go as long as he needs to. Here's how the Royals set up defensively. It'll be Thurman, a 4 and a 2 in left. Willie Wilson, a 7 and a 6 in center. Jim Eisenreich, a 5 and a 3 in right. Kevin Seitzer, a 6 at third. Owen is a 2 at short. Wellman, a 7 at second. Brett, a 5 at first. Jamie Quirk, a 7 and a 5 behind the plate. And Gubicza, a 7 on the mound with a .986 fielding percentage. For those who aren't regulars for Kansas City, we'll give everybody one at-bat and then just kind of manage our way through the rest of the day. The same for the Twins. You've kind of run into the situation where, look, these two teams were out of it in real life at this point, but they are playing for their playoff lives right now. So everybody gets one time through the order, and then we'll start to Mickey Mouse our way for Kansas City. Gallagher at 311 for the White Sox, 5 homers and 34 RBI. And this one starts with a fly ball right center. Wilson moving over, and there is one out. It is 69 degrees here in Independence. This is technically a night game. The wind's blowing in from right center at 6 miles an hour. Steve Lyons at 264, 5 homers and 39 RBI. How you doing, Scotty? Congrats to the Dodgers, who won the World Series. We'll see later on when we play the Dodgers and the Yankees about the World Series again. Pitch to Lyons, struck him out. So good start for Gubicza, and 0-2 fastball got him swinging. Harold Baines at 274, 12 homers and 89 RBI. We will not monkey around with the White Sox lineup. These two teams are in the rear with records. The Royals are 94 and 65, and the White Sox are 65 and 94. It's symmetry. Pitch to Baines. There's a base hit into right field. Eisenreich will pick it up. And so a single. 2 out for Carlton Fisk. Pudge at 282. 20 homers in only 70-some-odd games. And 49 RBI. Gubicza deals. And there's a base hit into right. Eisenreich again will pick it up. Is Baines going to go to third? Eisenreich does not have a great arm, and Harold's into third standing. So runners on the corners and 2 out for Dan Pasqua, hitting .241, 22 homers, and 70 RBI. It is Mark Gubas's job to be as good as he has been all year, because the Royals can be out of this today, regardless of game 162. Twins win, and the Twins are playing a team worse than Chicago, and it's over if the Royals lose. Pasqua into center field in the corner. Wilson moving over, and that is off the wall. Baines is already across home plate. Fisk will round third and score. Pasqua's digging for a triple. Owen throws it to Seitzer, and it's 2-0 Chicago. Somehow Pasqua has 3 triples on the year, and that'll bring up Mike Diaz, hitting .222, 6 homers, and 20 RBI. And already they're passing out rally caps here in Kansas City. My goodness. Pitch to Diaz. Struck him out. But the damage is already done. A 1-2 changeup fouled in the glove of Jamie Quirk. However, the White Sox get 2. On 3 hits and no errors, they leave on a runner. And after half an inning, it's Chicago 2, Kansas City nothing. So here's how the Royals will line up. Willie Wilson leads off in center. Kevin Seitzer at third will bat second. George Brett at first goes third. Danny Tartable cleans up as a DH. And then the rest of the lineup is catch can. Jim Eisenreich and Wright will bat fifth. Jamie Quirk will catch at bat sixth. Brad Wellman is in, not a bad hitter at all, at second will bat seventh. Gary Thurman is in left, he'll bat eighth. And Dave Owen, who will get his 1 at-bat at short, will bat ninth. Melito Perez, at just 22 years old, should go 7 innings, if all goes well. This obviously is his last start of the year. He has had a horrible replay. He should have an ERA under 4. And the replay 9-17 with an earned run average of 640. That's up there in the AM dial. 22 years old, a fastball pitcher at 90 and a fly ball pitcher. He beat the Rangers his last time out on the 26th. 7 2/3 shutout innings. Clearly his best outing of the year. He walked 3 on 5 hits and struck out 6. Overall for Perez, 191 1/3 innings, 215 hits, 142 runs, 136 of them earned, 34 homers, 84 walks, and 127 strikeouts. Defensively for Chicago, Darryl Boston an 8 4 in left. Dave Gallagher a 3 and a 5 in center. No watermelon smashing there. Dan Pasqua a 7 and a 4 in right. Steve Lyons is a 6 at third. Ozzie Guillen a 9 at short. Fred Manrique a 6 at second. Mike Diaz a 5 at first. Carlton Fisk, the ageless wonder, a 4 and a 6 behind the plate. And Perez a 7 on the mound with a .963 fielding percentage. Willie Wilson steps in at .254, 9 triples, a homer, and 37 RBI. Perez deals. There's a fly ball left field. Boston moves over, 1 out. Kevin Seitzer at .322, 5 homers, and 62 RBI. The Mariners have sent Bill Swift here to Kansas City. And you might wonder why, but if that 162 is needed, the Royals need to win today and tomorrow to make that happen, then Swift would be the starter for Seattle in the makeup game. And the Royals are chomping at the bit. Pitch to Seitzer. Base hit center field. And Seitzer is on with a single. For George Brett, hitting .323, 24 homers, and 126 RBI. If the Royals can pull this out of the fire, he is an MVP candidate for sure. Pitch to Brett. There's a fly ball to right. Pasqua moving over into foul territory, makes the catch. Seitzer was halfway to Topeka and then had to run back. So 2 out for Danny Tartable, hitting .265, 26 homers, and 107 RBI. The Royals need to win both of these games to force that needed 162, provided the Twins lose them, their 2 remaining games. Pitch to Tartable. Struck him out, and that'll do. So no runs, a hit, and no errors. After 1, it's the White Sox 2, the Royals nothing. So Boston, Guillen, and Manrique to face Gubicza here in the second. Now, if both teams lose today and Kansas City wins tomorrow and Minnesota loses, then yep, will be that game between Seattle and KC. It's as clear as mud. They'll give you Boston's numbers: .237, 17 homers, and 53 RBI. Well, there, I did it again. Pitch to Darrell. Line drive to Wellman, 1 out. For Ozzie Guillen, hitting .259, 6 triples, a home run, and 42 RBI. Gubicza deals. There's a slow bunt down the third base line, and Seitzer's just going to pick it up and eat it. They do throw to Brett, but that is not in time. So Guillen, a bunt single, and that'll bring up Fred Manrique at .214, 3 homers, and 30 RBI. Ground ball, fly ball, third base side, and out of play. This place is jam-packed, and the count is 2-2 to Manrique. Guillen shouldn't be going anywhere. Pitch to Manrique. Struck him out. That's 3 for Gubicza. 2-2 fastball, chased it. So 2 out for Gallagher. Dave is 0 for 1. Gubicza, 34 pitches, his opening 9. An inning and 2/3. Both the runs are earned. 4 hits and 3 strikeouts. So 2 out. Gallagher 0 for 1. There goes Guillen. The throw down to Wellman, and Ozzie has his 29th steal. How you doing, Matt? Good morning. So 2 out and Guillen on second, and a 1-ball count to Gallagher. Gubicza delivers, ground ball right side. Guillen will round third, you would think. Eisenreich doesn't have much of an arm. And here comes the throw to the plate. It's going to be close. And it bounces down, and Guillen scores. So in a game that you have your presumed American League Cy Young Award winner has given up 3 earned runs in 5 outs. So here's Lyons. Lyons struck out his first time up. How you doing, GGG? He's a Twins fan. He's pulling for these White Sox. Gallagher on first. Pitch to Lyons. Throw down to Owen. And that goes into center field. And Gallagher's going to take third on the error by Quirk. So Gallagher steals a 6. It's all coming up rotten cherries for the Royals. And a 1-strike count to Steve Lyons. This is Gubicza. Oh my goodness. Talk about a haunted house on Halloween. Jeez and Kroll. Pitch to Lyons. And there's a base hit left field. Thurman will pick it up. It's 4-0 Chicago. Sarah, we'll see you soon. So here's Harold Baines, who singled and scored his first time up. My word. Now, the White Sox won last night 8-0. So in this huge series for the Royals, in 11 innings, the White Sox have outscored them 12-0. Pitch to Baines, struck him out. That's 4 for Gubiza, but the damage is done. 2 runs, 3 hits and an error, and after an inning and a half, it's the White Sox 4, the Royals nothing. So Eisenreich, Quirk, and Wellman, and again, the bench will get their one at bat, and then we'll start working the regulars in. Nope, Sarah, she's just leaving now. She's just leaving town now. So, yeah. Eisenreich at 200, no homers, and 13 RBI. Pitch from Perez. Eisenreich, slow chopper over the mound. Guillen has it, throws to Diaz, and there is 1 out. We expect the playoffs to begin Monday between the Mets and the Reds from Cincinnati. Blake Gooden and I think Jose Rio, if I looked at that right. Jamie Quirk at 261, 6 homers and 17 RBI. But all now depends on what these Royals do. And they not only are in a 4-run hole, they got to win this and they got to win tomorrow. Or they need the Twins to do what they don't do. The Twins don't need to win again. If the Royals lose them both, the Twins are in. Pitch to Quirk. Base hit, right field, it's gone! That was more than a base hit. That one hooked down the line. It's a 4-1 game. So Jamie Quirk puts the Royals on the board. With Carlton Fisk in attendance, Quirk waved it fair. Pasqua hoped it would hook foul. It did not. That's a pretty ballpark, isn't it? Did not change the picture of it. The grass didn't go until 95. But even this non-stoner prefers grass to something else. So 4-1 now to score. 1 out for Wellman, who's not a bad player. 263, 2 homers, and 14 RBI. So you might not see Frank White in this one. Unless Wellman can play other... What can Wellman play? Does it say? Is he only a second baseman? He could theoretically play short. Pitch from Perez. 4-1 ball game. Popped up center field. Gallagher runs in, rides a swing, makes the catch. 2 out for Gary Thurman, who will get his lone at bat. 107 and 2 RBI. 4-1. White Sox ahead. And this huge Saturday in October. Thurman draws the walk. It's always interesting when you have a case, as Dave Owen will be his only at-bat. He went 0 for 5 in real life. Bless you. Wife sneezes. We're going to send Thurman here. There was absolutely no incentive to let Owen hit. Runner goes. Fisk. They challenge his ancient arm to throw down to Guillen, and Thurman has his 3rd steal. So Gary Thurman does his job. And a 1-ball count, and Owen looks down and goes, well, what do you want me to do? And the answer is, don't strike out. Base hit right field. Are you kidding me? Thurman's gonna score. Pasqua will throw it in the infield, and it's a 4-2 game. Dave Owen went 0 for 5 in 88 and struck out 3 times. And what's he do? He punches in a RBI single to right. Oh my word. Good morning. And so here's Willie Wilson. Opening 9 for Perez, 31 pitches, inning and 2/3, 3 hits. The home run to Quirk in this inning. A walk and a strikeout. There's always a chance. Willie Wilson is 0 for 1. So much like Tom Nieto the other night, who had that huge 2-run single for the Twins. I think that was against the A's. There is the perception that once you get into this with the as played, that teams aren't going to hustle. Well, I tell you what, let's see how large this looms in about 25 minutes. Pitch to Wilson. Base hit center field, and Kansas City starts to feel that Owen is not terribly fast, and he's going to go to third without a throw. So runners on the corners for Kevin Seitzer, who has himself a single already today. Seitzer, the go-ahead run already. There's always a chance, Jim Carrey. There's always a chance. 2 out. Perez deals. Pitch to Seitzer. There's a fly ball to left, but Boston is there in a metaphysical and a physical sense, and that will take care of business. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. The Royals have clawed half of the lead back, or half of the deficit back after 2. It's the White Sox 4, the Royals 2. So now Gubiza needs to do his part. He has struggled in the first 2 innings. Carlton Fisk singled and scored his first time up. A guy that goes 0 for 5 in real life got the roll off the pitcher's card and made Perez pay. Pitch to Fisk. Line drive to third. Seitzer's there, 1 out. For Dan Pasqua, he hit his 3rd triple in the first. Now has driven in 72. And Pasqua draws the walk. So Gubiza still pretty nervous out there. Mike Diaz struck out his first time up. 1 out. Top of the 3rd. White Sox and Royals. Angels and Twins immediately following. There's a drive to right. Eisenreich. Does he get there? Yes, he does. He throws to first, and Pasqua's back. So 2 out for Darrell Boston, who's 0 for 1. Brett Tartable, and we'll see about Eisenreich in the 3rd. Pitch to Boston. Pasqua off of first, and Gubiza has fanned 5. He chased a fastball way out of the zone, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. See if the Royals can continue to get their bearings after 2.5. Chicago 4, Kansas City 2. So Brett Tartable, who's not going anywhere, and then Eisenreich. George is 0 for 1. Perez starts the 3rd. There's a ground ball to Manrique behind the bag at second, over to Diaz, and there's 1 out. Danny Tartable is 0 for 1. He struck out for the 132nd time in this replay. The lone strikeout on Perez's dance card. He winds and fires. Ground ball to 3rd. Lyons has it over to Diaz. And there is 2 out for Jim Eisenreich, and we will hit him 1 more time. He's 0 for 1. He draws the walk. That's why you do it. And now I'll bring up Jamie Quirk, who's not going to come out. He homered in the last inning. His 7th of the year, and it made it a 4-1 ball game. So Quirk thinks he has Perez timed. Throw to first, and Eisenreich is back. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the White Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error for Kansas City. Perez rocks and fires. Quirk, fly ball to right. That will stay in the yard. Pasqua comes in, makes the catch, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Kansas City's left on 4. We go to the 4th. Chicago 4, Kansas City 2. So Gubiza to face Guillen, Manrique, and Gallagher here in the 4th. Ozzie singled, stole his 29th base of the year, and scored. That came in the 2nd. Gubiza deals. There's a base hit into center field. And it's 1 on and nobody out for Manrique, who can bunt. He struck out his first time up. Happy birthday and this Halloween to Matt Noakes and Fred McGriff, who are 61 years old on this Halloween day, 2024. Mike Gallego, who is 64. Paul Zuvella, who is 66. And Cowboy Joe West, America's favorite umpire, is 72. I saw a picture, God knows what year, I think it was like from 78 or 80, of Joe West, and he was a slim and svelte guy. Brett incites your play for the bunt. Manrique squares. Gubiza has it. He throws to first. Skiing on to second. Wellman there. 1 out. For Gallagher, who was 1 for 2, Dave had an RBI single, stole a base, and scored a run. Gubiza, again, for someone who is in Cy Young contention, this has not been a Cy Young start. 68 pitches, 18 batters, 3 1/3, 7 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. 1 out, Guillen on second. Gallagher rips this to left. Thurman will get there, and Guillen will go back. 2 out for Lyons, who's 1 for 2. Steve has singled, struck out, and drove home a run. Slow chopper to Wellman over to first for the out. And so, after 3 1/2, no runs, a hit, and no errors, it's Chicago 4, Kansas City 2. Captain Carl, how are you? That's why we play the games. You never know what's going to happen. In effect, even in an as-played replay. Okay. She's here. That's not who I expected to see when I turned it on. All right. Love you. All right. So my wife is leaving. She'll be back. All right. So it'll be Wellman, Thurman, and Owen. Let's show you the standings and explain what's going on here. Now, you'll notice on this next to last day of the regular season that there's a half a game. There's a .5 in that game's back column for Kansas City, which means that maybe their business isn't done at the end of business tomorrow. That's not a good sentence, Ron. The Twins, again, they controlled their own destiny. Win today, and this result holds, and we're done. The Twins and Red Sox will play in the ALCS. However, if the Twins lose and the Royals win today, and it happens that there's a chance that there'll be a makeup game Monday between Kansas City and Seattle. If the final margin on Sunday is a half game either way, we will be forced to play that makeup game between KC and Seattle, which is why Bill Swift, bye darling, which is why Bill Swift is in town. He would throw that game for Seattle. Twins win this, Twins win tomorrow, or Kansas City loses one of those. It's all academic. But right now, it is as clear as mud. Brad Wellman is 0 for 1. Struck him out. Perez got him on a 2-2. It's hard to believe on Halloween. It is 70 degrees here in Burlington, Vermont, and we are running the air conditioner. Tomorrow night in town is supposed to get down to 36. Gary Thurman walked and scored, so he'll get a second at bat. Ground ball to Manrique. Fred has it over to Diaz, and Thurman is out. Thurman has good speed. Now Dave Owen is kind of chuckling to himself at the plate. He will get an at bat. He singled and drove home a run in the second. Something that he will talk about the rest of his life, especially if the Royals can come back to win this game. Struck him out, and that'll do it in the fourth. Royals go in order, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the fifth here, Chicago 4, Kansas City 2. So Baines, Fisk, and Pasqua to face Gubicza here in the fifth. Mark has not pitched a good ballgame. I think it's Liebrant. No, it's Saberhagen tomorrow. But you are now counting on a 97 Los Angeles team to beat Charlie Lee of the Twins if you don't win this to keep your season going. Harold Baines is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and struck out. Got him. That's 6 for Gubicza. Oh, 1-2 curveball. Got him swinging. So here's Fisk. Carlton 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Can you look at his numbers? 19 homers and 253 real-life at-bats, but he only played in 70 games or so. He's 41 years old, and he's hitting 20 homers in half a year. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Thurman, and Gary's there, 2 out for Dan Pasqua, who tripled home 2 in the second. Supposed to get to 83 in the Philly area today. GGG is not cheering for the Sox to win, which is interesting because he's cheering for the Royals to lose. Well, one has to happen for the other. Pitch to Pasqua. There's a ground ball to Brett. Brett waits. Gubicza runs to the bag, and that will take care of business. Halfway through game 1 of this doubleheader from Kansas City. White Sox 4, Kansas City 2. If you joined us late, we'll go through the situation again. The White Sox can put the Twins' magic number at 1 if they hang on here. They lead the Royals 4-2. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the White Sox. 2 runs, 4 hits, an error for Kansas City. White Sox got 2 in the first on a Dan Pasqua triple. Bet you didn't have that on your bingo card. In the second, Dave Gallagher with an RBI single to make it 3-0. And then Steve Lyons single to make it 4-0. Then in the bottom of the inning, Jamie Quirk solo homer. And then Dave Owen, who's that? A household name in his own house. His RBI single scored Gary Thurman to make it 4-2. So Mark Gubicza has not pitched well in a game he needed to be an ace. 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, a walk and 6 strikeouts. For Perez, Bolito is pitching like a coffee filter. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A homer from Quirk. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. Third time through for the Royals. Perez on 73 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits. The home run, as we said, from Quirk. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. Willie is 1 for 2 with a single. Happy Halloween. If you're looking for a horror story, Todd B says, here it is. Harold Baines will make the Hall of Fame. You know what? I've never had a problem with Baines being in the Hall of Fame. He played in a ballpark all those years that was not offensive friendly, and then was a role player on some very good Oakland teams. Pitch to Wilson. And that is into center field, and that will drop for a hit. So the Royals start with speed here in the 5th. Are there players that should be in front of him? Keith Hernandez. Some of you might argue Mattingly, but I would not. Willie Wilson takes a lead off. Seitzer is 1 for 2. Kevin's got a single. But that should not take away that Baines was a very good player for a long time. Pitch to Seitzer. Struck him out. That's 4 for Perez. All 1-2 curve. Got him looking. For George Brett, who's 0 for 2. Baines was a tiger killer. As a kid, that guy was always hitting clutch homers. Yep. Even using the Hall of Fame monitors on Baseball Reference, Baines doesn't belong there. I mean, you can argue that he shouldn't be there, but that's not one I'm going to lose any sleep over. Low 50s, but dry in the farthest northwest corner of Washington today. High school soccer playoffs. Washington Western volleyball. So did they get the mudslide off of I-5? I saw those pictures. How you doing, Andrew? Pitch, throw to first. Willie is back. Not going anywhere. Brett has a 7-game hitting streak. Perez deals. Base hit. It's now an 8-game hitting streak and gets past Pasqua. Wilson finally realizes it. He's going to score. And Brett is digging for third. He is going to be a close play at third. The throw to Lyons is not in time. Brett slides in but grabs it. No, it's Perez that was hurt. So Brett's in there. He is a tying run on third. And Perez is bent over. His hands are on his knees, and he's breathing hard. I'm not sure if he tweaked something in his delivery. He will stay in the game. The trainer, is it LaRussa in 88? They're out there, and Perez says he's fine. Danny Tartable will hit. He's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. But George Brett, an RBI triple, makes it a 1-run game. John looks at it this way. It is the Hall of Fame, but it's not the Hall of Absolute Elite. Baines was beloved. There's a reason he was in demand when a team was in a pennant race. Plus, he produced for years. And it helps that LaRussa ran the vet committee. That's true when Baines was voted in. And LaRussa loved Baines. It is not the Hall of Statistics. Again, Epirexi, not a Hall of Famer. Harold Baines, Hall of Famer. Are there better players that aren't in? Yes. Pitch to Fisk and Perez have a word. George Brett leads off a third. Tartable swings. That should tie the ball game. Back goes Gallagher. Brett waits. Dave running over, makes the catch. George tags, and we're tied up. Leave it to George Brett. And it's a 4-4 tie with 2 out here in the 5th. That'll do it for Eisenreich. Now they'll start bringing in people. And it will be righty. Pat Tabler. Tabler does not have a pinch hit. Overall, .332, 3 homers, and 45 RBI. Belongs in the Hall of Very Good. Yep. Snow on the ground wherever GG is. Mudslide was about a mile away from home. Thankfully, he didn't need to get out. Okay. What year for Gaylord Perry are you doing there, Tim? Pitch to Tabler. There's a ground ball again. Ozzie has it. Throws to Diaz. Tabler's running, and he is out on a bang-banger. We have played 5. And oh boy, George Brett an RBI triple, and then will score the tying run himself. And the Royals go to the 6th with a lifeline. It's Kansas City 4, Chicago 4. 72 Cy Young Award season. Okay. So Tabler goes into right. He is not a great fielder. They will save Bo, I think, to play his more natural left field position. But Bo's going to play, of course. Mike Diaz is 0 for 2. And Gubiza is now off the hook. Fly ball to right. Tabler getting some running in. Makes the catch. 1 out. Darryl Boston's 0 for 2 with a K. Guillen to follow. And then Manrique, should anybody reach. Into right. Tabler getting a workout. Tabler's going to turn, and watch that one go. Darryl Boston has given the White Sox a 5-4 lead. Puts that one up on the berm. Oh, my goodness. 337 feet might took us. So Gubiza, who had just been fished out of a potential loss, goes behind the 8 ball again. I was reading that someone on Facebook was mowed where those are, and that is one steep slope. So the White Sox go up 5-4. Here's Guillen. Ozzie, his single twice, stolen a base and scored. Afternoon, Dave. Beautiful day, sun shining, 80 degrees on Halloween, and the Yankees are done. How you doing? Forever remain. So the White Sox just retake the lead 5-4. If the Royals lose and the Twins win, it's over. Pitch to Guillen. Ground ball to Owen, who runs in on the grass. Doesn't have a great arm. Over to Brett, and Guillen is out on a bang-banger. 2 out for Fred Manrique, who has struck out and I believe bunted. Base hit left field. Thurman will pick it up. So 2 out for Gallagher. 27 batters deep for Gubiza. And again, this has not been a good game for him. He had 28 quality starts this year. He will not get one today. 27 batters, 5 2/3, 110 pitches, 9 hits, a home run, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Gallagher 1 for 3, an RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. Manrique leads off at first, base hit center field. And so Manrique is going to try for third. Wilson uncorks a throw to Seitzer, and that is not in time. In fact, I think it got away from Seitzer. Gallagher moves up to second, and the run scores as Willie Wilson throws it away. It is 6-4, Chicago. Well, who do you go with here? The only one that can't go is Saberhagen. He goes tomorrow. Tom Gordon could go. Leibrandt and Aquino pitched yesterday in that blowout. Gubiza says, I want to stay in. There aren't a lot of good options right now. 2 out. Runner on third. Lions at the plate. 1 for 3. A single, a strikeout, and an RBI. 6-4 Chicago. Gallagher on third. Popped up, foul behind the plate. And the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Todd B., who's already been a glutton for punishment, is asking if anyone's going to replay the 24 White Sox season. How much in package store gift certificates would you have to give somebody to replay that year? Pitch to Lyons. Gallagher down the line at third, and Lyons draws the walk. GGG says that would be a challenge. No, listening to me sing would be a challenge. Replaying the White Sox season would be torture. Harold Baines coming up, and now they're going to get him. So Gubaza can't get it done. Jeff Montgomery will come in. Montgomery 3-4, a 5.48 ERA. I don't even think Gardner would do that. We've talked about it. 34th appearance for Montgomery, 26 years old, fastball at 93, and a fly ball plus pitcher. He went 2 days ago against these White Sox here at home in an inning and a third and an 8-5 loss. 37 pitches, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, a walk and a strikeout. Overall, 47 2/3, 47 hits, 37 runs, 29 earned, 6 homers, 25 walks, 38 strikeouts. No, Sizemore didn't get the job. Unless someone is a huge fan of Schadenfreude, Cody says, I can't imagine that replay would bring a lot of enjoyment. I saw who they hired for it. It is a baseball name. Yeah, Will Venable, that's why. Sizemore probably is glad that he doesn't get that. Hopefully he gets another job, though. Did I give you the rest of Montgomery's numbers? Harold Baines is 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out twice, and scored. Runners on the corners. Pitch to Baines into right field. Back goes Tabler to the wall, and that is off the wall. Gallagher scores. Lyons rounds third and will score. And Harold Baines says, stuff that in your Hall of Fame arguments. It's 8-4 Chicago. There's a whole lot of Royals fans who are about to become California Angel fans. Carlton Fisk is 1 for 3 with a run scored. If the Twins lose, they're still alive. And they can get that game against Seattle if they can win tomorrow. And they got Brett Saberhagen. But now, with 12 outs to go, they need 4. Pitch to Fisk. Liner in the right. That will drop in front of Tabler. Baines chugs around third. They don't need it. Tabler picks it up. Baines is going to score. It's 9-4. For Dan Pasqua, who tripled in the first. Yep, Steve Lyons' belt buckle day coming up soon. 5 for the White Sox in the 6th. And as the Metrodome begins to fill, they are well aware of what's going on here in Kansas City. Pitch to Pasqua. There's a ground ball to Brad. George, I think mercifully will end the inning. Nope, that rolled foul, and the count is 0-2. Montgomery deals. Walked him. This is a nightmare for Kansas City. And if this was a street name today, it would be Elm Street. Mike Diaz is 0 for 3. He has struck out once. So Montgomery hasn't retired a batter and has already thrown 18 pitches. First and second for Diaz. Walked him. Oh, my word. For Darryl Boston, who homered in this inning. The White Sox picked a great time to bat around. And with the team that only has 65 wins. That's right. Ron and Fuego with Halloween references. The Royals lost yesterday's game to Chicago 8-0. And we're down 4-0 in the second today. Fought back to tie the ball game at 4 on the George Brett triple. And then Gubaza and Montgomery are coughing up multiple hairballs here in the 6th. Court reminds Montgomery, you've got to shut the door right now. Montgomery's pitch to Mr. Boston is a fly ball to right. Tabler will get there, and now the Royals have a mountain to climb. The White Sox get 5 on 5 hits and an error on Willie Wilson. After 5.5, it's Chicago 9, Kansas City 4. It'll be the KC crowd singing boo. Oh, yeah, there's so many Bronx cheers right now that Aaron Judge's ears continue to ring. Jamie Quirk will stay in the game. He is 1 for 2. His home run, the second, made it a 4-1 game. Pitch to Quirk. There's a base hit into right. Kansas City now needs a miracle wrapped up in an enigma. They're not done if they lose, but they have made their job a Herculean task if they don't. Wellman will hit. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Perez deals. Base hit right field. And the Royals keep on churning. And Court, no, he's not going to go to third. So first and second, nobody out. Out comes Thurman. In comes Bo. And if you think that Superman doesn't exist in Kansas City, as Bo Jackson strolls to the plate, he has one pinch hit. He's hitting .250. Overall, .262, 29 homers, and 70 RBI. And if there is walk-up music in 1988 for Bo Jackson, it is Bonnie Tyler's Holding On for a Hero right now. So first and second, nobody out. And the Royals trail 9-4. Perez, looking kind of sickly out there on the mound, takes a deep breath and deals. And mighty Casey strikes out. And 0-2 fastball got him looking. And there's one out. Dave Owen, we're not tempting fate again. He will come out. And it will be Frank White. So White does not have a pinch hit. .268, 9 homers, and 92 RBI. So Wellman will go play short, and White will play second. And Bo is in left. So the regulars are in for Kansas City. Everyone you see now is in the rest of the way, except for the pitcher. So first and second, one out for White. Perez deals. There's a base hit into right center field. Gallagher can't quite get it. Quirk is going to score. Wellman's into third, and it's Dolly Parton 9-5. And as the chat says, it certainly seems Bo knows strikeouts. They asked Bo not to break a bat. The entire Los Angeles Raider front office came to the Coliseum today wearing Chicago White Sox jerseys. Here's Willie Wilson. He is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored. Melito Perez, 27 batters, 109 mediocre pitches, 5 1/3, 9 hits. His 35th home run allowed was to Jamie Quirk. Brad Ratke even thinks that's a lot. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. Those 5-run innings will kill you. Willie Wilson, 2 for 3. First and third, struck him out. And Perez is done. Barry Jones will come in to pitch. So Perez's day is done and season is done. Jones 1-0. A 1.14 ERA. 16th appearance, 25 years old. Fastball at 94 and a ground ball pitcher. He got the win 2 nights ago. 8-5. 2 innings, 29 pitches, and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 23 2/3 is coming over from the Pirates. That looks like a Topps airbrush, doesn't it? 15 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned. He's walked 10. Then struck out 21. Seitzer 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. First and third, 9-5 Chicago. 2 out, bottom of the 6th. Seitzer, ground ball to Lyons. Steve goes to second, and that'll do. The Royals get 1 on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the 7th. Chicago 9, Kansas City 5. So Guillen, oh wait, we got to make our changes here. So Bo in the left. Wellman at short. And White there. So let's set the defense for you. We've changed it all the way around. Montgomery on the mound. It's Bo Jackson, Willie Wilson, and Pat Tabler in the outfield. Kevin Seitzer, Brad Wellman moves to short. Frank White now at second. George Brett at first. And the battery is Jeff Montgomery for the time being and Jamie Court. So the Royals' A lineup is in. Tarble will remain the DH. Ozzie Guillen is 2 for 3. He has singled twice, stolen a base, and scored. Bo a 5 and an 8 in left. Wellman a 5 at short. And White a 7 at second. Pitch to Guillen is into right. Tabler, 1 out. So the Royals have 9 outs to get 4 off the pen. Montgomery stays in to face Manrique. Freddie is 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, bunted, and struck out. Walked him. For Dave Gallagher. Then that'll do it for Montgomery. Again, no Saberhagen. Steve Farr, no relation to Jamie, comes in. He's 32 years old. His 47th appearance and maybe his biggest of the year. He is 7-5 with a 3.16 ERA. He is the Royals closer, but you got to shut down the White Sox right now. Fastball at 91, fly ball plus pitcher. He pitched last night, an inning and 2/3 on the shutout. 28 pitches, a hit, and a strikeout. He did not give up any of the 8 runs. 82 2/3, 73 hits, 35 runs, 29 earned. He's allowed 5 homers, 29 walks, and 74 strikeouts. If you are a Royals fan, and for the 14 of you who are watching live, I assume that somebody's rooting for the Royals. Charlie Lee is not going to be confused with Cy Young for the Twins. It is not a done deal in Minnesota. Gallagher is 2 for 4. He has singled twice, driven in a run, scored twice, and stolen a base. Farr starts his effort with a base hit in the left center field. That's extra bases. Manrique is going to go around second. Bo, with a great arm, is going to make a bid at the plate. Wellman with a relay. Manrique slides. He's in there. Gallagher with his 14th double, and the White Sox move up 10-5. For Steve Lyons, who is 1 for 3, he has walked, struck out, driven in a run, and scored. Farr deals. Ground ball to Brett. He'll take it to the bag for the out. Gallagher moves on to third. So now the margin is 5. Here's Baines, 2 for 4, a double. He has struck out twice. He has scored twice and driven in 91. Pitch from far. Right back to far. First base side. Stretch time 10-5. Cy Sox. It'll be George Brett, Danny Tarnable, and Pat Tabler to face Barry Jones. Tribe fan says, I can use for the ultra rare time it may happen. If a game is 25 or 26-4, could Chicago time be based on the song? And I would reply, does anyone really know what time it is? And depending on how much you have for munchies, does anyone really care? Because I can't imagine why. Oh no. George Brett has a triple, his 127th RBI and a run scored. That RBI made it a 4-3 game, and his run scored tied the game in the 5th. It's amazing what happened in the next 15 minutes. Pitch to Brett. There's a base hit in the left. And Brett just kind of stands there, and he'll go back for Danny Tarnable, who has driven in a run and struck out. He's 0 for 2. Brett has 15 steals. Pitch to the plate. Tarnable rips this one to left, but right at Darryl Boston for the out. A long throw to first. And Brett was just kind of waiting for it. What a throw by Boston. Pat Tabler is 0 for 1. Walked him. So Brett gets to second. Tabler on first for Quirk, who has homered in this game. Look at the on-base box, not the batting average. It still favors Quirk. Jones not tired. Quirk has singled and homered. Scored twice. 10-5 Chicago, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Fisk and Jones have a word. Fisk says outs. Jones nods. Pitch to Quirk. Got him. An 0-2 fastball got him looking. 2 out for Wellman. Brad will stay in the ball game. You do have Pacoda. Wellman has a single and a strikeout. 1 for 3. Brett on second. Tabler on first. 2 out. Bottom of the 7th. Chicago 10, Kansas City 5. Wellman gets away from Fisk. And Brett's moving. The throw down the Lions is going to be not in time. George Brett is doing everything he can to keep the Royals in the season. So second and third, a full count to Wellman. And Bo is on deck. So Jones, the crowd getting into it. That wind, by the way, what little there is blowing in from right at 4. Struck him out. And the Royals get nothing. No runs. A hit. They have left on 8. We go to the 8th. 10-5 Chicago. So Fisk, Pasqua, and Diaz to face Steve Farr. Pudge 2 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. They are showing this on the board at the Metrodome. The Twins coming to the conclusion that a win, and it's winning in for Minnesota now, unless something crazy happens. Pitch to Fisk, base hit, left field. Bo. Fisk is gunning for 2. Bo throws a strike to White, and Carlton, he's 41, guys, and he just hit his 11th double. He is indeed an ageless wonder. Here's Dan Passway. Got a triple. Driven in 2. Got him. First for far. An 0-2 fastball looking for strike 3. Mike Diaz is 0 for 3. A walk and a strikeout. Got him. Far bears down. Got him to chase an 0-2 fastball. If the Twins win and this result holds, it's over. If the Angels beat the Twins, then nothing changes. A Royal win and a Twin loss tomorrow means a makeup game and then possibly a playoff game. Boston 1 for 4. Darryl homered. Way up on the berm in right center by the Pens. Base hit center field. Fisk, is he going to score on Willie Wilson? Maybe. Here comes the throw. It's a strike to Quark, but Fisk slid right under it, and it's 11-5. If horses were courses and your aunt was your uncle and all this and stuff, you got to look back. In the 2 biggest games of the year for the Royals, the White Sox scored 8 and 11. Ozzie Guillen is 2 for 4. He has singled twice, scored, and stolen a base. Into right. Tabler. Gonna run out of real estate. No. He got it. However, the Royals are down 6. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Bottom of the 8th, 11-5 Chicago. So Bo, White, and Wilson. Bo struck out for the 151st time. His first time up. Does it again. 2-2 changeup for Frank White, who has singled and driven in a run. Mike in the truck, how are you? Manrique over to first, 2 out. And they are glum here in Kansas City. Willie Wilson is 2 for 4. His single twice, scored and struck out. Mark Gubaza. We're going to start calling him Gubaza after this one. You got your ace on the mound, and the White Sox put up 11. Imagine that. Pitch to Wilson is 2 for 4. Base hit center field. That is Willie's 3rd hit today. All 3 of them singles, and the 11th hit for the Royals. Seitzer 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Ground ball to Lyons. He'll go to Manrique, and we're 3 outs away from maybe a decision. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the 9th. The 65-win White Sox, 11. The 94-win Royals, 5. So Manrique, Gallagher, and Lyons to face Farr. Fred is 1 for 2. He has bunted, walked, struck out, and scored twice. Center field, Wilson. 1 out. For Dave Gallagher, 3 for 5. He has singled twice, doubled, driven in 2, scored twice, stolen a base. Base hit left center field. Bo throws it in. Gallagher is in with a double, his 15th. His 2nd of the day. The White Sox have pounded out 16 hits. Here's Lyons. He's 1 for 4. In fact, Mike Diaz is the only White Sox hitter not to reach base. Well, he must have. Not to have a hit. Steve Lyons has a single, an RBI, a run scored, a walk, and a strikeout. To Wellman, who'll throw to Brett for the out. Gallagher goes to 3rd. Remember, 1st of 2, so don't go anywhere. Harold Reynolds is 2 for 5, a single, a double. 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, 2 strikeouts, and a whole lot of conversation in the chat. Got him. John Davis, a household name in his own house, coming in to pitch. Davis has a save. He is 2-1 with a 7.30 ERA. He is 25 years old, fastball at 94, and a fly ball pitcher. And the White Sox are going, screw it. It's October. We don't care. He last pitched at Comiskey against Kansas City. Actually pitched pretty well in a 7-2 loss. 3 2/3, 84 pitches. 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 61 2/3, 79 hits, 52 runs, 50 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 53 and struck out 36. It'll be Brett, Tartable, and Tabler. The Royals 6 to tie, 7 to win. Brett 2 for 4. He has singled, tripled, scored, and drove in a run. That came in the 5th. Base hit center field. Brett is digging in there for his 51st double of the year. Tartable 0 for 3. He has struck out and driven in a run. 12th hit for the Royals. Base hit left field. Brett will round third. Boston will throw it in as Brett won't take the chance. So 2 on and nobody out for Pat Tabler, who has walked and is 0 for 1. Davis off to a thundering herd of turtle start. Walked him and they're loaded. For Jamie Quirk, who has homered once in this game already. That came in the 2nd. He is 2 for 4. He has scored twice and struck out. And before you can say and Basal, the bases are loaded and nobody out. Davis steals, struck him out, 1 away. For Brad Wellman, who was 1 for 4, he has singled and struck out twice, and it's Bo on deck. Davis kind of nervous out there now. From the stretch. Base hit right center. Brett will score. Gallagher picks it up. Tartable. Don't get thrown out the plate. 11-6, and here's Bo. He has struck out twice. He can't win it, but he can make it a 1-run game, and Frank White on deck. John Davis going to be John Doe if he blows this. Davis deals. Bo. Base hit right center. Tartable will score. Tabler will score. Wellman into third. And now Frank White is the tying run. 11-8. 1 out. Davis tries to gather himself. White can tie this on 1 swing of the bat. Here's the pitch. Guillen. Wellman will try and score. Manrique for 1. White's going to reach. 2 out, 11-9. They will take that trade. They get the speedy Bo. And here comes Bobby Thigpen to put out the fire. Oh, my goodness. Cody says it's surprised they haven't pulled Davis. As soon as he put that in, Bobby Thigpen, who was eating barbecue in the pen, thinking, oh, my year's done, will come in. He is 6-8 with a 2.56 ERA, 30 saves and 37 chances. 25 years old, an extreme ground ball pitcher. Yep. Oh, boy. Fastball at 90. Fourth and saves. 29 years old. I mean, I'm 25 years old. He picked up the save 2 nights ago and an 8-5 win. So the Royals have blown 2 games of the series. Inning in the third, 13 pitches, a hit, and that's it. Overall for Thigpen, he's not been lights out. 81 innings, 86 hits, 28 runs, 23 earned, 6 home runs, 36 walks, and 49 strikeouts. He needs 1 out. It is Willie Wilson, who was 3 for 5. A run scored, 3 singles, and a strikeout. He is the tying run. The Royals have put 4 in here in the 9th. They need 7. Sights are on deck. Thigpen deals, and Wilson draws the walk. And now the winning run is at the plate. Kevin Seitzer is 1 for 5. He has singled and struck out and has a 0.8% chance of a home run. The Hankies are waving here. The Hankies are waving up in Minneapolis. And Bobby Thigpen takes a huge breath. He kicks and fires. It hits Seitzer and the winning run is on. For who? George Brett. George is 3 for 5. He has doubled. He has tripled. He has driven his 127th run. He has scored twice. The White Sox fan in the chat is saying it's typical. Thigpen again. Oh my word, my heart can't take this. George Brett is 3 for 5. Bobby Thigpen has 30 saves. Here we go. Pitch to Brett. Struck him out, and the ball game is over. Thigpen got Brett to chase a fastball that was halfway to Kansas. And the Twins have clinched a tie in the American League West. Took us an hour and 22 to play this one. 4 hours and 37 fake minutes. My word, 11 runs, 16 hits, no errors. The Royals. Well, hold on a sec. They leave on 12. The Royals, 9 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors. They leave on 12. They give Dave Gallagher the game MVP. That pitching line for Chicago, man, that's like a reunion tour without Peter Cetera. Belito Perez gets his 10th win. He'll take it. Mark Gubicza, 5 2/3, 10 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. The home run to Boston, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. And I think Gubicza lost this game as much as Chicago won it. Gallagher, a 4-hit day. Pick your poison here. That Boston homer was big, so we'll give it to Darryl. All right. My word. That's the first of 2. The Twins can wrap it up. And we'll have that for you right after this. Well, here we go. Same deal as before. We will give everybody one time through the lineup as a guarantee, and then go mix and match from there. If the Twins win, it's over. And they are 96 and 64. California is 63 and 97. But as you just saw, the win-loss record don't mean much. And the Twins, remember, had a chance to wrap this up yesterday, and the Angels beat Frank Viola. Charlie Lee is 32. He's making his 23rd start. He is 10 and 7 with a 5.58 ERA. He throws a fastball at 87 and a fly ball pitcher. And since the Twins know that they have clinched a tie for the division, they could probably go with Alan Anderson if they feel they need to wrap it up. Roy Smith goes tomorrow, and he's not a bad pitcher. Mark McLemore will lead off for California. Johnny Ray is a DH. He'll bat second. Devon White goes third. He'll be the center field. Chili Davis had a big hit last night. He cleans up in right field. Jack Howell at third will bat fifth. Jim Eppard, the man, the myth, the legend, at first, will bat sixth. Dante Bichette continues his Folgers tour of cups of coffee, and left, he'll bat seventh. Bob Boone, 41 behind the plate, and Dick Schofield batting ninth at short. For the Twins, it's Bullock. Is that Jim J. Bullock? Circle gets the square. He's a 1 and a 1 and left. And again, we will give him at least one at bat, but maybe not two. Kirby Puckett a 10 and an 8 in center. Randy Bush a 4 and a 5 in right. Al Newman is a 3 at third. Steve Lombardozzi a 3 at short. Tommy Herr a 5 at second. Mean Gene Larkin, the hitting machine, is a 3 at first. Loudner a 7 and a 4 behind the plate. Lee is a 7 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. And if you haven't been with us the last few days, yes, Gary Gaetti has played. Yes, he will be eligible for the playoffs. And yes, I will use him at third if I need to. Mark McLemore at 243, 2 homers and 17 RBI. So now the math is simple. The Twins win. They're in. But they got to win. Pitch to McLemore. Walked him. It'll be hard to beat the first game on it. Johnny Ray at 279, 5 homers and 63 RBI. Twins also have Juan Berenguer, who can go in long relief. There goes McLemore. The throw down to Lombardozzi, and Mark has his 14th steal of the year. The Angels stood in the dugout for the longest time, starting about the 8th inning after batting practice had ended, to watch the goings-on from Kansas City. So everybody is well aware of the stakes of this one. A 1-strike count to Ray. And that's a base hit down the line and right, and the Angels got some inspiration from the White Sox. It's a 1-0 game, and Ray's in the second with a double. So they delayed the start of this game. This would have been like a 1:20, 4:20 start. But because this game ran well past, it was 4.5 hours. So this game doesn't really start till close to 6. Devon White at 249, 6 homers and 43 RBI. Lee's pitch struck him out, and maybe that'll settle Charlie down. He can go 100 pitches. Full count curveball got him to chase. 1 out for Chili Davis at 275, 24 homers and 105 RBI. There's a chopper to third. Newman looks Ray back, throws to Larkin. 2 out. For Jack Howell at 262, 16 homers and 70 RBI. You're not looking for more than 5 from Charlie anyway. Twins 96 and 64. This is game 161 for both teams. Pitch to Howell. Slow ground ball to Larkin, and it's just the 1 run. Howell is retired. The Angels get a run on a hit, and after half an inning, 1-0 California. So here's the Twins lineup for you. Tommy Herr will lead off at second. Randy Bush in right will bat second. Kirby Puckett in center will go third. Jim Dwyer starts the game as the DH. He'll clean up. Gene Larkin at first will bat fifth. Tim Loudner behind the plate goes sixth. Eric Bullock, a left-handed hitter, will bat seventh in left. Lombardozzi at short will bat eighth, and Newman at third will bat ninth. Gaetti, Gagne, and Gladden all chomping at the bit to get in, along with Kent Herbeck. Dan Petrie is 30 years old, making his last start of the year 4-16 with a 5.07 ERA. His last start came against these Twins in Anaheim in a 5-1 loss on the 25th. 6 innings, 110 pitches, 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, a homer. He walked 4 and struck out 4. His last win, by the way, came on June 4th, my mom's birthday, against Milwaukee. A complete game, 8-1 win. He also shut out Baltimore on May 19th. He's thrown 142 innings, 153 hits, 82 runs, 80 earned, 19 homers, 62 walks, and 71 strikeouts. If the Twins win, we'll see him Monday for Game 1 of the Mets and the Reds. Tommy Herr is hitting .263, 3 homers and 26 RBI. If the Angels win, we'll see you tomorrow at noon for the Angels and the Twins. Pitch to Herr, ball 4. So a good start, 4 out of the zone for Randy Bush, hitting .272, 15 homers and 66 RBI. GGG has been waiting for this for the last hour and a half. He's waiting. The champagne is being quietly delivered to the Twins' locker room, along with enough Budweiser to drown a Clydesdale. Herr goes back to first, and he's back. Pitch to Bush. Slow ground ball to Eppard. He'll go to Schofield for 1, and Bush will beat it out. The throw back is not in time. It's a fielder's choice. For Kirby Puckett, hitting .364, 26 homers and 123 RBI. Petrie deals. There's a base hit in the right, past Shelly Davis. Randy is told to run like the wind. Kirby's going for 3, and this game is tied. It's his 7th triple and 124th RBI, and it's a 1-1 ball game. For Jim Dwyer, who in his 40 at-bats coming over from Baltimore has already hit 2 home runs. And the noise in here is deafening. Petrie deals. Walked him. For Gene Larkin, hitting .263, 11 homers, and 68 RBI. Petrie delivers. Got him. 2 out. And 0-2 curveball. Check swing, strike 3. For Loudner, who is hitting .266, 11 homers, and 56 RBI. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Howell goes to McLemore, and that'll do it. The Kirby Puckett's RBI triple has tied this game at 1. So Eppard, Bichette, and Boone, and what promises to be a Johnny Holstaff game for both teams. Pitch to Eppard, base hit, left field. I didn't give you his stats, I apologize. He's now hitting .282. Dante Bichette at 154 with 2 RBI. Does have 2 doubles. 1-1, top of the second. In the right, Bush in the corner, 1 out. Well, what a way for the regular season here and season 6 to come right down to it. Bob Boone at 277, 4 homers and 31 RBI. I mean, I honestly thought the Royals were going to pull this one off, didn't you? Oh, my goodness. There's a fly ball, left center field. Back goes Kirby, way back there. He won't get it. That is high off the wall, and Boone has a double. Kirby waits for the bounce. He's going to throw. Lombardozzi's relay. No. 2-1. Bob Boone and Carlton Fisk are combined 82 years old. But in their respective ball games today, they have major extra base hits. My word. 1 out for Schofield. Dickey at 244. 4 homers and 39 RBI. Lee's pitch struck him out. He got a chase, a 2-2 changeup. So here's McLemore. He walked, stole a base, and scored. Charlie Lee, 9 batters, 37 pitches, inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Into left. Bullock, this should not be fun. Closes his eyes, makes the catch, and that will take care of the business of the Angels. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. Bottom of the second, 2-1 California. So Bullock is 2 for 4. He has singled twice and scored. That's into right or left center field for a base hit. He's going for 2. The throw to second. In there. He steals second base. He doesn't possess great speed, but Devon White just kind of lollygagged it in there. And yep, it won't go as a steal, but that's what he did. He stole second for Lombardozzi. Angels playing back. Lombardozzi at 211. 2 homers and 23 RBI, and Lombardozzi's going to square. Bunt is down. Boone throws to McLemore. And did Bullock not go? Boone had to make a great play on it on the artificial surface, and it was a sacrifice. The only play was to first, and Lombardozzi has speed. So here's Newman. Al at 195 and 23 RBI. But now the tying run is on third with 1 out. Slow chopper to McLemore. Bullock runs home. Game is tied. Newman is retired. It worked. And it's 2-2. For Tommy Herr, who walked his first time up. Petrie. 21 pitches, 9 batters. Inning and 2/3, or Petrie. I can never get that one right. 2 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Pitch to her. Walked him. For Randy Bush is 0 for 1 with a run scored. 2-2 the score. Second inning. Twins win, and they win it. And Herr is back. My pharmacist sends me a text message. Very nice. Randy Bush, as we said, 0 for 1, reached and scored. There goes Herr. Base hit right field. Davis will cut it off. Bush digging for 2. Not in time. Herr's going to run around second and score. Randy Bush's 27th double, and Tommy Herr just kept on running. And somewhere, Forrest Gump. I can do that. And so the Twins go up 3-2. Here's Kirby. Puckett tripled and drove home his 124th. Fly ball left center. White runs it down, and that'll do it. Twins get 2 on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the third. I'm tired. Twins 3, Angels 2. So Ray, White, and Davis to face Charlie Lee, who is, they gave him a couple of hairball treats in the dugout between innings. In the right, Bush in the corner. 1 out. Devon White struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. To her, Tommy snares it over to Larkin. 2 out. Lee needs an easy inning. If the Twins win the division, Chili Davis is 0 for 1. Game 1 is Wednesday on the calendar. Don't know when we'll do it on the sim, but if this is Saturday, everybody gets some time. It will be Frank Viola and Roger Clemens at Fenway Park. Davis hits a ground ball to short. Lombardozzi has to hurry over to Larkin. Davis is running, and he is out on a bang-banger. The Angels go in order, and after 2.5 here at the Metrodome, Minnesota 3, California 2. So Dwyer walked Larkin and Loudner to face Petrie here in the third. Gooden and I think Browning, Jackson, or Rio for the Reds in Cincinnati, and they will go first. Pitch to Dwyer, fly ball to right. Davis, 1 out for Larkin, who struck out his first time up. Walked him. So runner on, a 3-1 fastball missed upstairs. 1 out for Loudner, who is 0 for 1. In the left center, White moving way back there. That was well hit, but Devo had it lined up, and there's 2 out. For Eric Bullock, who will keep getting hits as long as they say he can, he doubled and scored in this one. Ground ball to Eppard. We'll take it to the bag, and that will do it. So the Twins get it. No runs, no hits. They've left on 4, and we've played 3. Minnesota 3, California 2. So Howell, Eppard, and Bichette to face Lee here in the 4th. Charlie deals. Popped up. Newman waits. 1 out. So Lee has found his groove. Here's Eppard. Jim hitting .282 with 13 RBI. He scored his first time up and singled. Struck him out. Lee is fan 3. 2 out for Bichette, who is 0 for 1. Don't need to show you the standings. Everything you need to know is in this ballpark. And it's Minnesota 3, California 2. Pitch to Bichette. Ground ball to Newman. What? You worry? Not a chance. 3.5 in the books. 3-2 Twins. So Lombardozzi, Newman, and Tommy Herr here in the 4th. Steve sacrificed his first time up. He draws a walk this time around, and the leadoff runner is on for Newman, who drove home a run on a fielder's choice. Struck him out. He faces an 0-2 for Tommy Herr, who has walked twice and scored once. Petrie, 53 pitches, 3 1/3, 3 hits. He's walked 5 and struck out 2. Here's the thing with as played, you never know who the hero is going to be. We saw it the other day with Tom Nieto. He had the 2-run single. Bullock's got a hit today for the Twins. Just because you don't play every day doesn't mean crazy things can't happen. Remember Dave Stegman. Pitch to her. Tommy draws the walk. That's a 6 for Dan. So first and second, 1 out for Bush, who has a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Into left, that's well hit, but will stay in the yard. Bichette cuts it down in the alley for the out. Lombardozzi goes to third. Runners on the corners for Kirby Puckett, who's got a triple in this one. And an RBI. Base hit here, and this place is gonna erupt. This place is gonna not erupt. Right to Davis and right, and that'll do it. Twins, no runs, 2 hits. They've left on 6, and after 4, it's 3-2. I thought they had it. So Boone, Schofield, and McLemore to face Lee here in the 5th. Bob has doubled and driven in a run. His 32nd. In the right, 1 out. So just so we're clear on this, as Dick Schofield, who's 0 for 1 with the strikeout, comes up, we will do home teams, or I will manage home teams in the NLCS and the Red Sox all the way through the ALCS. So if you're not a fan of my managerial style, you are rooting for the Twins something fierce, I'm sure. Pitch to Schofield. Struck him out. Somehow, some way, Charlie Lee has struck out 4. He's 1 out away from being eligible for his 11th win. Mark McLemore, 0 for 1, a walk, a run, and a stolen base. 18 batters deep for Lee, 72 pitches, 4 2/3, 3 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. The audience has fallen asleep in the chat. Kind of hard not to. Ground ball, right side, base hit. So the tying run is on. And Bush misplays it. McLemore is going to go to second. Randy, you haven't won it yet. For Johnny Ray, Johnny 1 for 2. A double and an RBI for the DH. Back to Lee, over to first. Halfway home. Twins 3, Angels 2. All right, here's the situation. The Twins, 12 outs away from wrapping up the American League West. They lead the Angels 3-2. Johnny Ray, an RBI double to score Mark McLemore in the first, 1-0. Twins tied the game in the first. Kirby Puckett, an RBI triple to score Randy Bush, 1-1. In the second, California went up 2-1. Bob Boone, the ageless one, an RBI double to score Eppard to make it 2-1. And then in the bottom of the second, Al Newman, a fielder's choice, to tie the game at 2. Then Randy Bush with a double to score Tommy Hurd to make it 3-2. So Petrie and Lee locked into, well, it's October baseball. But Charlie, somehow, some way, is eligible for the win. Dwyer stays in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Petrie delivers. In the right. Davis in the corner. 1 out. For Jade Larkin, who was walked and struck out, he's 0 for 1. Walked him. Petrie's walked, what, 7? Yep. He didn't like the call. Then again, he hasn't found the strike zone. So you're not going to get those calls. Here's Loudner. Tim is 0 for 2. Larkin off of first. Ground ball to Howell, might be 2. McLemore for 1, and Eppert for 2, and that is around the horn, a 5-4-3 double play. We've played 5 here. Twins 3, Angels 2. So White, Davis, and Howell to face Lee here. Juan Berenguer getting loose in the Twins' pen. And the question is, can they get 12 more outs? Devo, 0 for 2 with a K. Lee starts the 6th. Popped up. Left side. Bullock. Newman, 1 out. For Chili Davis, who's 0 for 2. That's ripped into right center. That's extra bases. They'll throw it in, but Davis has his 34th double. So the tying run is on for Jack Howell, who is 0 for 2. Lee says, I'm good. We'll leave this up here a second. You're not using Roy Smith. You could use Anderson, but you really don't want to. Reardon can give you 5 outs, I would think. Berenguer is who they would go to. And Portugal's actually pitched well. Blyleven won't go. Straker worked out of the pen 2 days ago. So Jack Howell is 0 for 2. Yeah, this has been... What a doubleheader. What a way to end this regular season. Pitch to Howell. There's a ground ball to Lee. Charlie throws it over to Larkin for the out. Davis goes to third. 2 out for Eppert, who was 1 for 2. He has singled, scored, and struck out. Lee, even if he doesn't get the win, he has kept the Twins in the ballgame. You have enough firepower on the bench to get to the bullpen. It is looking good for the Twins. Here's the pitch to Eppert. There's a ground ball to her. It's looking great for the Twins now. Lee is out of the inning on the ground ball out. No runs, a hit, no errors. And after 5.5, it's Minnesota 3, California 2. So Eric Bullock will stay in the game. He's 1 for 2. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and the Angels have left on 4. The Twins, 3 runs, 3 hits, an error, and they have left on 6. Pitch to Bullock is a slow chopper down to McLemore, who throws it to first, and Eric is retired, 1 out. For Lombardozzi, who has walked and bunted. Petrie, who can't find the side of a barn with the strike zone, he's walked 7 and struck out 2, has only allowed 3 hits. And right on cue, that's walk number 8. So Newman, we're going to let him hit. He is 0 for 2. He has struck out. Fielder's choice drove home his 24th run. Snap throw down to first, and Lombardozzi's back. So a 1-ball count. Steve isn't going anywhere. Bob Boone is playing this like it's the Angels who need 1 to clinch the pennant. And that's exactly what you want from your teammates. And Newman draws the walk. So first and second, nobody out for Tommy Herr, who hasn't taken the bat off the shoulders. In the 3 times that Mr. Petrie has faced him today, he has walked all 3 times. So 27 batters, 86 pitches, 5 1/3 for Dan, 3 hits, 9 walks, 9. 2 strikeouts. Tommy Herr has walked 3 times and scored once. He's not bunting here. Base hit right center. Lombardozzi scores. Newman's into third. Herr has his 21st double of the year, and the Twins are up 4-2. Wow. Here's Randy Bush. He's 1 for 3. Twins are feeling it now. Berenger getting loose. And they're going to walk Bush to face Kirby Puckett. John in the truck has just crashed it wherever he is driving on this Halloween afternoon. That is some serious pretzel logic. They've walked Bush to face Kirby Puckett. Dave Cook is a Twins fan. Kirby is 1 for 3. On and on base percentage move. Actually, it's not terrible. It's not great. He has hit a triple, his 7th. He's driven in 124. Newman on third. Herr on second. Bush on first. The Twins lead by 2 and are 9 outs away. Petrie deals. Ground ball to third. Are they going to get out of this? Howell to McLemore for 1. Nope. Puckett's going to reach. Kirby found the afterburner. Newman scores. It's 5-2. They tried to set up the double play and couldn't do it. For Jim Dwyer, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. That's true. Then again, the Yankees walked Mookie Betts in Game 1 to face Freddie Freeman to enter the Forrest Gump phase here. You know, there's enough similarities with the 88 series. But that really was the World Series right there, wasn't it? In hindsight. Jim Dwyer is 0 for 2 with a walk. 5-2 Twins, 2 out here in the 6th. Boone reminds Dan that, you know, there's a flight tomorrow. Please be on it. Pitch to Dwyer. Base hit left field. Herr claps his hands as he scores. Kirby Puckett goes to third. Bichette, again, with the weird lighting and not used to the surface, couldn't quite get there. And it's 6-2. Walk to... Yeah, I don't get that one. Mike Cook will come in. The Twins, the Hankies are going. Let's tell you about Mike Cook. That is not the world's happiest picture there. He's 25 years old. He has no record. This is his 3rd appearance. He is up for the Cup of Folgers. Fastball at 90, a standard pitcher. And Dufferman says, yeah, in both cases, you're walking Betts to face Freeman? Yeah. He pitched against the Twins in California on the 25th. He went inning in the third, 28 pitches, 2 hits and a run. It was earned. A walk and a strikeouts. Royals fans, again, you win any of the game, you get blown out 8-0. Or not give up 11 with your ace on the mound, and it won't matter. 2 1/3 overall for Cook, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk and 2 strikeouts. Larkin has walked twice and struck out once. Puckett on third, Dwyer on first. The Twins up 6-2. Larkin, that's into right center. It's 7-2. Chili Davis kind of lollygagged it. Larkin's in the second with his 31st double, and it's a 5-run lead. And the dam might have broken here. Loudner is 0 for 3. He has grounded into a double play. Base hit right center. And this one's all over now, but the shouting, I would think. Larkin breezes home. We're going to try to on Davis to throw to Boone. Might be the only way Cook can get it out, and he does. Ha ha ha! The Twins start to gloat, to throw the plate. Boone just slammed him with a tag. 5 spot for the Twins. Charlie Lee's day is, well, they're going to pitch, at least to Bichette. Twins 8, Angels 2. Bichette is 0 for 2. Thad Bosley gets called in to pinch hit. And they come and get Charlie Lee. Juan Berenguer, 8-5, a 3.55 ERA, 50th appearance, 34 years old, fastball at 95, and a fly ball pitcher. Has been staked to a healthy lead and needs 9 outs. He last pitched against the Angels 9 days ago and lost. He went 2 1/3 on 50 pitches, 2 hits, an earned run. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Overall, 111 2/3, 88 hits, 51 runs, 44 earned, 5 homers, 71 walks, 104 strikeouts. Bosley, over from Hair Club for Men and the Royals, as a pinch hitter, 182 with 2 RBI. Overall for California, 299 and 15 RBI. It is not a safe situation unless he can get the 9 outs. Right back to Berenguer, over to Larkin, 1 away. Bob Boone is 1 for 2. He has doubled and driven in a run. The National League Series, if this holds, will start Monday, noon Eastern. Dwight Gooden against the Reds in Cincinnati. The American League Championship Series will start Tuesday, time to be determined. Pitch to Boone. There is a base hit into right field. Bush will throw it back in. Bob is 2 for 3 today. Dick Schofield is 0 for 2. Yep, the noise level here is so loud, the bank, though. Hefty bag in right field is rippling with noise. Pitch to Schofield, into left, Bullock. 2 out. Boone goes back. Remind me to pull Bullock. Mark McLemore is 1 for 2. He has walked, scored, and stolen a bag. Wednesday would be a split doubleheader. Game 2 of one series at noon and the other at 7:30. Pitch to McLemore. Line drive to Lombardozzi. Stretch time, 8-2. Thad Bosley is a 7 and a 1 in left. John Moses is your pinch hitter. As a pinch hitter, 412 and 3 RBI. Overall, 312, a home run, and 17 RBI. Pitch to Moses. There's a ground ball to Schofield over to Eppard. 1 out. For Lombardozzi, how can you have an on-base percentage chance of over 1,000? He has walked twice and scored. He gets hit. That's how you do it. Al Newman is 0 for 2. He has walked, struck out, driven in a run, and scored. The heart of the Twins bench can stay on the bench with a 6-run lead. Pitch to Newman. There's a base hit, left center field. White will cut it off. Newman's into second. Do you get the sense that if we were to do 89 next year, that the first time the Royals and Angels met, that there'd be some purpose pitches inside after this one? I mean, Mike Cook is pitching like the person charged to close at your favorite fast food joint and just does not care. The end of the shift cannot come soon enough. Tommy Hearn has walked 3 times. He has scored twice. He has doubled in a run. Second and third, 1 out. And right back to Cook. Twins won't rub it in. Throw to Eppard, 2 out. For Randy Bush, who's 1 for 3, a double, an RBI, a run scored, and a walk. You imagine if the Royals had come back from that deficit and won the game, and then had to sit and watch this? Pitch to Bush. Struck him out, and that'll do. No runs, a hit, no errors. The Twins have stranded 9, but they don't care. After 7, Minnesota 8, California 2. So Ray, White, and Davis to face Berenguer. And Reardon stretching just in case. Ray 1 for 3, a double, and an RBI. And you are supposed to have a left fielder in here. And John Moses is a 6 and a 3, and he goes in. Here's a slow chopper to her. Tommy has it, throws to Larkin, 1 out. For Devon White, who's 0 for 3 with the strikeout. Pitch to Devo. Got him, 2 out. An 0-2 fastball, got him. And this place is rocking. Chili Davis is 1 for 3. Berenguer winds and deals. Base hit to left. Moses throws it into her, and Davis has his 35th double, his 2nd of the day, and the 7th hit of the ball game for the Angels. For Jack Howell, who is 0 for 3. Again, Berenguer, everybody up, 2 out, 8th inning, pitch to Howell, struck him out. A 1-2 fastball, and that strike zone was the size of Wisconsin after that. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Listen to this hand for Kirby Puckett. He is 1 for 4. He has driven in 2. He has a triple. He has a run scored. And more importantly for this 96-win Twin team is that the World, the champions, are going to move on. If you thought 87 was the most unlikely World Series in your lifetime, they're about to write the sequel. Yep, this is why you can't count on others for help to make the playoffs. Pitch to Puckett. In the right center. White, 1 out. And Rich Monteleone comes in to pitch. Rich getting in on the next to the last day of the year. Again, part of the Folgers crew here getting a cup of coffee. 25 years old. Fastball at 89. In real life, 4 1/3. 4 hits, 3 doubles, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Get the next baseball encyclopedia. Get you some service time. Jim Dwyer, 1 for 3. With an RBI, a run scored, and a walk. Walked him. Didn't he pitch for the Yankees? Gene Larkin, 1 for 2. A double, an RBI, is walked twice, and struck out. Whatever the White Sox ended up doing, and again, they are a 65-win team. What they did the last 3 days in Kansas City makes up for a lot of bad blood. Pitch to Larkin. Walked him, and his first and second. The Twins want more for Tim Loudner, who was 1 for 4. He has an RBI and is grounded into a double play. Right back to the pitcher, McLemore for 1, Eppard for 2. So a 1-4-3 double play, and just listen to this crowd. Everybody's up. They'll let Berenguer try and finish this for his 7th save. It'll be maybe Eppard, Bosley, and Boone. Jim is 1 for 3. He has singled, scored, and struck out. Berenguer looking for the 9-out save. And Wally Joyner will pinch hit. Joyner, as a pinch hitter, is hitting .667. I'm assuming it's 2 for 3. Overall, 285, 13 homers, and 68 RBI. Angels 6 to tie, 7 to go ahead. Lombardozzi. 1 out. Bosley's 0 for 1. The teams need to take care of business by themselves. Bill Swift being driven to the airport in Kansas City. He can go home now. And Brian Downing is going to pinch hit. Downing, as a pinch hitter, is 3 for 4. He does have a solo homer. Had a good year. 253, 22 homers, and 71 RBI. Again, 53,000. Hankies waving in the air. Berenguer deals. Ball 4. And a runner's on for Bob Boone. What a year for Boone. He is 2 for 3 today. He is singled, doubled, and drove home his 32nd run. Loudner reminds Berenguer that, you got some Budweiser waiting. Pitch to Boone. Ground ball to Lombardozzi. Her for 1, and Boone is going to leg it out. Oh, baby. 2 out for Dick Schofield, who is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. There is 2 out. And if this was really there, you wouldn't be able to hear me at all. Loudner just puts down a finger. Berenguer knows what to do. Deep breath. Is Todd B still here? You couldn't have scripted this any better. Look who's coming up. Oh, wait. Is Todd B still here? This is right out of Hollywood here. George Hendrick, as a pinch hitter, is hitting .296 with an RBI. Overall at .238. 2 homers and 6 RBI. And if you don't know the whole thing about Todd B. and his absolute hatred of George Hendrick, the fact that the Twins can get to the playoffs with George Hendrick as the last out is a story you wouldn't find on a Fortnite stream. Yep, the Expos at 82 for one of those unlikely World Series. Can't have the real-life winners win the World Series because the Dodgers didn't make it. So it's George Hendrick. Once again, 50-some-odd thousand. Homer Hankey's waving. Berenguer, big smile on his face. Winds and deals. Struck him out. The Twins have repeated in the West. Can they go back-to-back? We're about to find out. A full count fastball. Hendrick looked at it. Loudner and Berenguer leap into each other's arms. The Twins have won 97 in the West. And that, my friends, is how the West was won. Three hours and 18 minutes. A very special Golden Girls. Blanche gets a hysterectomy. That's next. 8 runs, 8 hits, and an error for the Twins at 97 and 64. They left on 10. They don't care. California, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they leave on 7. Charlie Lee, speaking of the Expos, gets his 11th win of the year. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Imagine that. He's going to be your Digital Dice MVP. That was just grit and guile. He walked 1 and struck out 4. Juan Berenguer on 9-out save. 3 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Dan Petrie walked 10. That's why they are a 98-loss team. Honorable mention to Tommy Herr, who walked 3 times and got a hit. And so as this goes on the board, everybody has an X. The Twins have a half-game advantage for the best record in all of baseball. What a postseason this is going to be. So there you go. Where am I? I am right here. Wait. So that'll do it. We have finished the regular season. So, the National League Championship Series, Monday at noon, Cincinnati will host New York. And Tuesday, not sure what time yet, watch the Facebook group. It'll be Boston and Minnesota from Fenway Park. Frank Viola and Roger Clemens in Game 1. Thank you so much for all that you guys do for me. It is greatly appreciated. We'll talk to you Monday for the playoffs. Enjoy your weekend. So long, everybody.